Yeah. Hey, kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Kick some knowledge with your partner, you can spit your game. Legendary conversation.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Spit Your Game podcast. Today, I got one of the Greenwood legends. Yeah, Greenwood High standout, Mississippi Delta standout, and Mississippi Valley standout. I got my guy, Carey, Gee Weaver. Gee, what's good, man?
What's good, Trev, man?
Man, what's good?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, man, I appreciate you jumping on, man, at a time like this. So, I just appreciate you having the time, man. What you currently, well, we know you're currently doing assistant coaching. So how was your last year? Well, the last season, how was it?
Oh man, it was a task, just coming off that pandemic year, not playing, and we've been down for the last 3-4 years. We're trying to bounce back.
Okay. Was it was because of the players just trying to get they're trying to learn each other and trying to just get a feel of the game, because you had a couple new guys, right? This past.
And what a lot of people don't know, man. A lot of kids on the team, they jumped straight from the middle school to high school. So they went from the 8th grade to 10th grade. And man, they're trying to feel their way at the high school level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, middle school to high school, it's a big jump, man, because even though they still kids, the strength, the speed from middle school to coming in there, man, then you playing against teams that are senior based.
Yes.
And so it can be challenging for them. Let's get back to a little bit of your background, man. Where you was born and raised?
I was born here in Greenwood, Mississippi.
Okay. You got any siblings?
Yeah, I have a sibling, man. Pretty much my whole entire family here. Except for my sisters and aunts. I have family members in Memphis.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. You have any kids?
Yes. Jacaria Clark, Amari Johnson, Casey Howard, Janaya Henderson, Kayla Henderson, and Arlanda Henderson.
Okay. Growing up, man, the neighborhood, man, how was it growing up in the neighborhood, and how was it growing up with the kids and stuff around the neighborhood?
Oh man, I grew up in here in Greenwood and Dixon Lane Alley, where they call it GP. It was interesting. We like I said, it was a village.
Mm-hmm.
With the Williams, the Austins, the Darby's, man, all those family. Their mom was my mom, and it was tough, but we survived.
Yeah. Do you think that's what's missing these days, is that village for these kids in this generation, just growing up, having that extra mom or that extra dad to tell you, say, hey, I'm going to tell your mama, hey, I'm going to tell your dad? You think that's what's missing now?
Yeah, it very, very much missing, because nowadays it's, like you say, it's don't have that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if a parent say something to a child now, they get disrespectful with them. Versus, listen, yes, ma'am, no, sir, or things of that nature.
Yeah, I totally agree. Was sports the first thing, or was your first love, or did you like something else before sports?
Yeah, sports was my love. My first love was baseball.
Oh, okay.
I grew up a baseball fan, and I loved baseball until I put the football in my hand, and I fell in love then and took off from there.
Okay. What age was it that you started playing just sports in general?
I say probably about 5, 6.
Okay.
Mm.
And baseball was that?
Baseball my go-to. Baseball that go-to.
Okay. Who did you look up to growing up?
I looked up to my granddad.
Okay.
I looked up to my granddad, man. He was my everything. He taught me right from wrong. He just, taught me how to be a man, and the work ethic. And I always treat people the same, how you want to be treated.
Okay. So you say you grew up with baseball first, just your first love. Did you always have a dream of being a major league player, like in MLB, or was it the NFL that you kind of had that dream?
Yeah, I had a dream of really both. One didn't work out. I could hang my hat on the other, and unfortunately, it did. And that's when I came back to, made sure I got my education and got into coaching.
Okay. Did you play football or baseball in middle school?
Back then we had I played football under Coach Ira Poole at Threadgill.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was, man, we had a lot of talent on that team.
there's a lot of time to come through Greenwood here, man. Like, I'm talking about
Out of it.
man, I'm talking about a whole bunch I seen growing up in my own eyes. Um, let's shoot up to high school, man. So you did play baseball and football in high school.
Yes.
Your junior and your senior year.
I did
You played basketball too?
Yes, I played basketball my 9th grade year.
Yeah.
You know, I played then. I was the Real, J-Rock, and players of that nature. And, you know, I just said, man, I just got tired of playing all 3 sports. So after my freshman year, I just left it alone.
Okay. So let's go to your junior year. Let's go with baseball first. What position you play?
Man, Coach Sumner had me as a utility player. That's playing everything. I played catcher, pitcher, shortstop, second, all the outfield. So, you know, that's what he gave me the utility player.
Okay. You was everywhere.
Yes.
Say you had athlete on there, you athlete on there.
Exactly.
Okay, so football your junior year, what position were you at quarterback? And how did that season end, your football season end your junior year?
Well, I was backing up Chris Robinson. You know, he was the quarterback, man, and he did his thing, man, quarterback. And then once Coach Terry Moore gave me an opportunity to get in the game, man, I just went in there and did what I had to do. And I can remember we were playing South Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I got in there and we came back and won that game. And after that, Coach just said, Coach, we were the starting quarterback from here on out.
So your junior year?
Yes.
So did they move Chris to another position?
So Chris was that athlete.
Oh, Chris, okay.
The athlete. He's a dual threat. He don't play anything. And he started playing safety. And he playing running back also. Okay. And it's also, he still continues to play quarterback.
Okay. But after that South Haven game, you was the man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How did that year end for y'all?
We got knocked out in the playoffs by, I think it was Clarksville or Southfield.
Okay. Shoot, to your senior year, were you Dan that does anything or have
No, I was
watched or something like that?
Yeah, I was one of the top players to watch, man. You know, we had a new coach at that time. You know, Coach Charles Brady came in and from East Side, and he changed the whole mentality of Greenwood High, man. It was fun, man. I enjoyed playing for him.
Okay. So your senior year here, starting QB, who were some of the guys that, like I said, wide receivers and just some of the top guys on that team?
Then I had Tobias Gideons, also known as Boone. I had DeSoy Fields, Sean P, Gabe Wallace, Dacian Wallace. Just to name a few, man. We were loaded, man. We had a lot of talent. It was so fun to play with those guys.
Yeah. How did your senior year end?
Oh man, we finished. We was in the district, man. I say the SEC of 5A football. We had Apanola, a team like Grenada, Owen Lake, South Haven, Tupelo. And we finished second in that district behind South Panola.
Okay. So y'all played South Panola?
Yes, they was in the district.
So tell me about that game, because I know I didn't play football, but tell me about that game. South Panola, they always known as some of the we have the top talent in the state. How did that game go? You ain't got to tell the score though.
Man, that one they was at their best, man. And they had their defense was next level. You know, they just called they didn't call it the University for nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I always heard about South Panola. They had that linebacker or something.
They had Eddie Strong, man, and Stanwan Lee, players like that. But we at the half, it was like they had us like 21-14, and you know we felt good about it. But you know they stepped it up in that second half, and you know they just took it away.
Yeah. Okay. So your senior year and what did you get any awards at the banquet or like first team call Commonwealth or anything like that?
Yeah, I won first team all Commonwealth, and man got the Bulldog Award. And man, it was just, man, it was a moment, man. It was just a moment, man. You know, just my hard work had paid off.
Yeah, coming from not initially starting your junior year, but then eventually starting and then basically having a breakout senior year, and then getting the Bulldog Award. Like I'm sure that was like you say, hard work paid off.
Yes,
and everything.
Yes, it did.
So college time, man. It's time to pick the colleges. Who was all interested in you initially?
University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Coach Hodge, Valley, Mississippi Valley defense coordinator. And Mississippi, a few junior college like Mississippi Delta, Oklahoma. But at that time, you know, Mississippi Delta had locks on Flair, so we had to go there if we wanted junior college.
And you know what? I was just talking to a couple guys. I was like, man, they had us protected back in the day, man.
They did.
Like you couldn't leave or go nowhere, especially to another junior college.
Exactly.
They had you on the protected list. Like,
yeah, if you in that zone, you had to go to Mississippi Delta.
Yeah. Or was it Oklahoma or was it always Mississippi Delta?
Mississippi Delta.
Okay. Okay, so where did you initially end up signing?
I signed Mississippi Delta. Yep, signed Mississippi Delta.
Okay, what would you at quarterback or how did that go?
Yes, I went in pretty much projected starting quarterback. You know, the first day I passed, man, I can remember like it was yesterday. Man, we ran a speed option. And I must have picked up probably about 12 to 15 yards, man, and took a hit on my shoulder and initially broke my collarbone.
How did that kind of affect you that year?
Man, it was hard to get out of bed, you know. My big thing had a bump bed and had a little handle I could pull up. But yeah, it was tough. I had to drink a lot of milk, man, build some calcium around that bone, man. And after that, man, you know, came back and had to switch positions.
Okay. So you switched from wide receiver to quarterback, or what position?
Quarterback and free safety.
Quarterback and free safety. Okay. So you was at Mississippi Delta for 2 years, right?
Yes.
So did you play free safety both years?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Okay. So that was your
That was my sophomore
year. Okay. Yeah. But your freshman year, you were there. You played
quarterback.
Okay. Yeah. So you played you played free safety your sophomore year. So now, of course, you can only be in Mississippi on junior JUCO for 2 years. So how was that transition of trying to find a college or that was going to either have you at free safety or have you at quarterback?
Yeah, well, Coach Willie Tiny, he always told me once he was in high school, coach at Cleveland East Side, he always told me that he was coming to get me, and I was going to be his quarterback. You know, cause he knew that he was going to get the Mississippi Valley State job, and when he did, you know, he reached out to me, and he held up to his word.
Okay. And he ended up signing you at Valley.
Yeah, signed me at Valley as a quarterback.
So did you play 2 years at Valley?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, excuse me, I had an extra year because, you know, I had that red shirt year and I broke my collarbone. I had to go back and forth from Interbeana to Indianola trying to get that straightened. And somehow I came out and I got an extra year to play at Valley.
Okay, so you had 3 years in that. Yeah. Okay. And what year was that? 02, 03, 04?
That was 02 to 04.
02 to 04. Okay. So you had Mississippi Valley, 2002. I see you September 15th. You got Player of the Week. You led Valley to their first win since November the 4th, 2000. You completed 22 of 27, 319 yards and 3 touchdowns. You know, against Delta State, against the school I went to. How did that feel, and what do you remember about that game?
Man, like I said, I remember that like it just happened.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that? The week before we had opened up with Pine Bluff at home, and man, I was running all over the place throwing the ball, and Coach Rose was Delta State coach at the time. You know, once our the media day between Valley and Delta State, he was like, I hope he's tired from the previous week. And so, man, I just, you know, made sure I studied film, watched film, and just went out there, man, and Spotlight played them, I think, that evening at 6 o'clock. And, man, I did my thing.
Okay, November the 3rd, y'all beat Prairie View 26-8. You passed for 131 yards, but that was y'all first SWAC win since November 4th, 2000. So, basically, when you entered the starting position, basically was an upgrade from kind of what y'all had previous.
Yes, we went from, man, that previous year, we was 0-11 at Valley. And, you know, once Coach Titan took over, man, he got the coach of the year in the SWAC, and we went from winning no games to we went 6-5.
Okay.
And man, like I said, man, I wouldn't change those days for nothing, man. I really enjoyed it, man. The friendship that was built, and man, we grind. And the thing about it, a lot of the guys, they were from here in this state, Mississippi guys.
Yeah. It's always good to have some guys like that because, you know, sometimes they go get folks from California and Oregon and all that, but it's kind of good to play with some guys you probably played with in high school.
Yeah.
And y'all come back and y'all actually playing together and, you know, trying to win on the same team. So y'all finished 4-1 at home that year. So we're gonna fast forward to your last year, 2004, correct? At Valley. How did that see?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was 2003.
2003. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll fast forward to the next year, 2003. How did that year go for you at Valley?
It was frustrating at times because you know, the offensive system had changed. Coach Titan had brought his brother Ryder Titan in, and you know, Steele was starting, and they had to change a lot of things, and you know, I was still a quarterback, and then at times it got tough, but you know, I was motivated, man. I just kept going and kept going and kept fighting, and you know, we did my thing, and you know, just continued to grind.
Yeah. Is that always something that that can kind of, because you basically head of the snake, you the quarterback, so you the guy, you the leader, and with the system changing, do you think like they should have maybe asked you like, hey, what do you feel? Because a lot of times, if you're really basically had success that previous year, and then come in changing everything, and now you know people trying to learn the system, learn a whole new thing, all that. Do you think that maybe they could have ran by and say, hey man, look, how do you feel about this? Well, you can have more leadership and more control of the squad.
No, that's part of coaching.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of coaching. I just, you know, picked up on my family tree, just staying humble. And, you know, what I can do, and what I can't do, you know, I won't do it. And, man, you know, he brought a good quarterback in Curtis Kemp, and we work well together, man. And me and Kemp, we're a close friend now. You know, head coach of Clyde High School, and I supported him. He supported me. So when he was out there, I supported him to the fullest. Vice versa, he supported me when I was out there. And, you know, I just continued to grind, man. I didn't hold no grudges, man, because I'm not that type of person. I just stayed humble and stayed focused and just kept going, you know.
Okay. So the last year at Valley, how did what was the record? You remember the record?
My last year at Valley, I think won maybe 3 games.
Okay.
It probably was more than that. I'm just gonna put it at 3.
Yeah. Okay. So your year over with at Valley, of course you get your education and all that. So did you try to go to any arena leagues or like CFL or anything?
Yeah, actually, I had a couple workouts. Well, I had an arena team, which was the Memphis Explorer. That played in the was now the Lender Center.
Okay.
You know, I had a trial for them, and you know, I did. To me, I did good, but you know, they never got a call back. And then I had a CFL tryout in Monroe, Louisiana, with I think it was Saskatchewan. You know, at that time, man, I was probably 5'10", 5'11". At that time, you know, quarterback, the height of a quarterback did matter. And you know, I had a lot of guys that probably 6'4", 6'3", and you know, never did get a call back. So
yeah, if you a shine now. You know what I'm saying? With the Kyler Murray's running around, Baker Mayfield. But yeah, back then, if you want electric like Michael Vick and you run around with 4.3 speed, they were trying to change your position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to get you to play corner or something like that. So it was kind of tough. If you want just like you said, 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Back then. So actually your football career kind of over with right now. At that time, when did you start getting into coaching?
Man, in 2004, man, I really didn't know what I was gonna do. You know, like I said, I had my education, made sure I did that, and Coach Alfred Hall, he gave me opportunity. You know, Coach Alfred Hall gave me. I was working at Eckers at the time, and you know, he came out. I was first I started out doing the baseball. You know, before I started football, you know, I was working at Eckers and coaching baseball at Greenwood High. Okay. And then, you know, Miss Dr. Pulley told me, you know, I need to go and get my stuff together. So anyway, man, they found me a position doing the ISD in 2004. And so I started working at Eckers and took the job out here at ISD from and started coaching baseball and football here.
Okay. So you've been here at Greenwood High since 2004.
Yeah, I've been here growing up in this dish since 2004.
Ooh-wee. So did you started off as assistant coaching, or when did you start assistant coaching football?
Well, I started as assistant coach 2004.
Okay. Who was the head coach then?
Coach Sheldon Hodge.
Coach Hodge. Okay. Okay. So was that something that you always wanted to kind of do when you was younger? It's like to coach kids, or was it just something like, you know what, as you start playing ball and just kind of going different places and stuff, that was just something like, you know what, I can probably coach.
Yeah, I always wanted to coach, man. I love sports. I love sports. You know, I keep my TV on ESPN, and I've been to watch the same thing probably 5, 6 times in a row. And man, it's just something I want to do. I wanted to be around sports, and that was an opportunity, man. You know, get your degree and go into coaching if playing didn't work out, and that's what happened.
Okay. Well, under Coach Gatewood, you've assistant coached under Coach Gatewood how many years?
He took over in 2010.
Okay, so 14.
Yeah,
14 years.
going on 14.
Okay. So Greenwood High has only had 5 losing seasons out of 13. Well, out of 14 rather. Well, 14 to be coming up. Yeah. So basically out of 13. I mean, that's good. I mean, if you pick 5 out of 13, I mean, that's hell of a good. Since you've been there, what's something that you've learned about coaching?
Man, Coach Gate, man, this you gotta be confident. You gotta be responsible. Demanding and humble, man. Most important thing is being humble, not getting above anything, not trying to put yourself above other coaches. You know, just being that coach, man. Just being that friend that, you know, I can go here and ask coach this and vice versa. You know, that's what coaching is, man.
Okay.
A bond.
Definitely a bond. And then as the years and progress, and you kind of gotta, the kids, they don't take that discipline well, so you kind of got to deal with them and their feelings and all type of stuff. And I mean, it can be wrecking for you sometimes, but you know, it is all love because you just want them to succeed. But you know, sometimes you may have somebody that can't take the yelling. You know what I mean? Like you back in the day, from Coach Brady and stuff like that, or whatever. Like how he was coming at y'all, but y'all knew it was coming from love. You know what I mean?
See, nowadays it's tough because, man, you know, a lot of parents are involved now, and it's hard to sometimes get through it to a kid. But you know how you continue to coach, man, be that tough love, and that's what we doing, man. We trying to get these guys to see the bigger picture, and then once they hit them, you know, after high school, they're like, coach, they come back, coach, man. I see what you was talking about. How it's gonna be, and you know, being a coach, man, is actually being a father figure to these kids, man. And I wouldn't change for nothing in the world.
Okay. So looking back at y'all record, one of y'all best years was the 2019-2020 season. Y'all finished 13-1. Y'all made it
North
half. Well, so that's 2 games before the championship, or a game
before the championship.
I think I went to, was it Corinth?
Yeah.
Y'all lost to Corinth. Take us back to that game, man. What you think could have been done a little different that game? Because everybody had, you know, we thought we could go to the state. So what you think could have been done?
I think preparation. You know, we didn't put our best foot forward, you know, as coaches, man. And those kids, you know, they gave it all. And we just came up short, man. Like I said, we didn't have some good teams to come through here, good players. And man, like I said, man, we as coaches, man, we've been in this thing, and we got a great group of guys that know how to coach. You know, people may not, you know, give our credit, but we have done a lot, man. Coach Gateway have done a lot since 2010, man. Just look at the overall record.
Yeah, definitely. Because he took some teams where at the beginning people was like, they ain't gonna do nothing. And then next thing you know, they 10-3 or 11-2. So yeah.
See, a lot of people feel real like we didn't lose a district game in 7 years. We went undefeated in the district for 7 years. And We didn't lose a homecoming game and probably that much, and you know.
Yeah.
But that's water on the bridge. We looking for the present, and you know we'll be back this year. I'm strong.
Okay. You also assistant coach basketball.
Yes.
So how long was it that you started assistant coaching basketball?
I started coaching with Coach Ford. I think it was 10 also, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Man. And
so also that year, y'all won the state championship 2019, 2020.
yes.
Now how did that feel? I'm getting chills now. How did that feel bringing the first state title to Greenwood High in basketball?
Man, that was so much joy, man. Just putting on for the city, man. We took a group of kids, man, that bleed within themselves, and you just saw a change in practice. You know, we come to practice, man, you see these guys grinding, going at one another, man, and you know, and you saw it just right before your eyes, like, man, this it. This it. And Coach Ford, I always knew that he had that championship team, man. Coach Ford, he's a heck of a coach, man. A lot of people don't give him his prop, but the guy know what he talking about. He can tell, he can dissect what's finna happen before that game. And it happened just like that. And man, 2020 was that year. Unfortunately, we didn't have a chance to celebrate because of the pandemic. Soon we went on spring break. We didn't come back to school for a whole other year.
Yeah, so look, we ain't never get that parade, man.
Never did get the parade.
It still owes the parade.
Still was parade.
Yeah. Definitely. But yeah, that despite the pandemic, 2019, 2020 was a great year for Greenwood.
Man, yes.
Sports in general.
Sports in general.
Yeah, so definitely good. Do you plan on being a head coach anytime soon, man? Because I mean, you've been assistant since 14 years, I guess you could say. You think it's time, like maybe I can step out? Maybe not right now, but maybe coming up.
Yes, I would most definitely love to be a head coach. You know, that's what you work for in this, as being a coach. You know, you want to put your hand on it, and but you know, when the time comes, it'll come. You know, good Lord still got me here for a reason. So I just trust in Him.
Oh, definitely. So when you're game planning for a team, I don't know if you can get this away or not. I'm just gonna ask the question anyway. When you're game planning for a team, what is something that you look for, offensive wise? Because you coach the offensive side. So what is something that you look for, like scheme wise?
You know, you look for tendencies. Once you watch the film, you go out there and you see what you hit this team at, what player is vulnerable, and from the secondary to the defensive line, how this player do this, how that player do this, what coverage they in, what cover they like to run on first down, second down, and then money down, which is third down. So, you know, it's tendencies where we can attack the defense weakness at, and that's what we strive to do.
Okay. Got a couple rapid up questions, man, and we'll call it fair. Things that come to mind, or words that come to mind when you hear these names or places. Coach Brady.
Man, Coach Brady, he was legendary, man. He was legendary.
Coach Todd.
Coach Titan, man, he was one of a kind, man. Willie Satellite Titan, man. He did what he had to do, man. He put people in position. And, you know, my hat's off to Coach Titan.
Greenwood High.
Love it. Love it.
Your top three QBs of all time. They ain't got to be what they say, your top three all time.
As being a coach here at Greenwood?
No. Quarterbacks, like NFL type quarterback. Your top three.
I got Michael Vick, Steve McNair, and Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Okay. As a QB, when you played, what was the toughest defense you had to face?
Ooh, high school or college? No, either or.
Either or.
Alabama A&M. They when they had Robert Mathis, and you know that game.
They played for the Colts.
Played for the Colts. He played at Alabama A&M. You know, that game is on YouTube. Man, that was tough there. They had the top defense in the SWAC, and we had one of the top offenses in the SWAC at the time.
I got to check that game out, man. I ain't know Robert Mathis played.
Yeah, he played at Alabama A&M. Him and Big Mario, recipe Big Mario. Man, they were going there. It was probably like 10 NFL scouts there. You know, Mario the left tackle, and he was the right defensive end. So they went at it.
Okay. Different recipes, Mario. Now, okay, I ask people this question, and a lot of them answer it, but you know they kind of laugh with it. Your top 5 football players to come out of Greenwood? I ain't gonna say Greenwood High, but just Greenwood in general that you've seen.
Since I was my top 5, man, yeah, I've watched Carlos Bonner, Carlos Emmons, Quadre Griggs, DeAndre Smith, and Kendra Wise.
What's your biggest motivation in life?
My biggest motivation in life is my family. Like I said, man, the way I was raised, man, they taught me how, like I said, how to be humble. And just, if you don't have it, just, continue to work hard for it. So, my family.
Okay. Biggest obstacle that you have to overcome so far?
A big obstacle that I had
that you have overcome?
Okay, let's see. Ooh, that's a tough one.
It could be like coaching.
Yeah, just coaching, man. I had a growth, just being they had to put the time in. Something that if I want to be good, you got to put the time in. And at first, man, I was just going with the flow. And I had to pinch myself, like, man, if you want to be good at coaching, man, you got to work in the film room and grab your player by the hand, show them this and that. So growth and coaching.
Okay. Best advice a coach has ever given you?
Coach Sean Gregory. He just told me, man, if, like I say, if you want to be good, we've got to put that work in. And that was the best advice as far as a coach gave me, rather.
What advice do you give your players?
Man, I tell them guys, man, it's life out there. It's life, man. Stay grounded, keep grinding, stay humble. Because football not gonna always be there. Sports not gonna always be there. At some point, you gotta grow up and be a man.
Man, yeah. A lot of them need to hear that too.
Yeah, we preach that to them, man. And
a lot of, and I say that because, and I tell them, like, it's gonna be some people here that ain't gonna make it to the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some people that's not gonna make it to the NBA. But that don't mean you can't make it in life.
Yes.
So a lot of them need to hear that because, some of them may have their head thinking that they, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and that. And then when it don't happen, they get down on themselves.
Exactly.
And then they don't, progress or whatever. Last question, man. Would you change anything about your journey?
No, because, I'm enjoying every moment of it, man. It's just the grind, man. Like I said, man, I come from a humble family in a humble place, Dixie Lane Alley, and that place taught us how to survive.
Okay. Well, Guy, I appreciate you, man, taking out the time. We know it's late, but you came through, man. I appreciate you, man, taking time for this podcast, and I appreciate
Man, I appreciate you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you.
Yeah,
game over.
Run your mouth, spit your game, talk that talk, say that name, keep it real, cause I'ma do the same. It's time to spit your game, time to spit your game. My whole vibe on go mode. We in the section going loco. I got it jumping like a pogo. You in my frame like a photo. Going against me, that's a no-no. Every day I got a new show. Cause when I'm outside turning up, I'm going live on my GoPro. I'm spitting gang like an OG. Ballin' out like Ginobili. RP to Kobe. These boys